Have you ever felt like you can't breathe, even though the room is full of air? It's not a physical suffocation. It's a quiet, crushing weight. It's the feeling of being in a life that fits you like a suit 2 sizes too small. You can move, but you can't stretch. You can exist, but you can't truly live. This isn't the pressure of concrete walls or locked doors. It's the invisible pressure of what other people want from you, and even more powerfully, what you believe you should want for yourself. It's the voice of your parents echoing in your career choices. It's the unspoken expectations of a partner shaping your future. It's the perfectly curated lives on your social media feed telling you what happiness is supposed to look like. We've become so used to this pressure that we mistake it for the normal state of being. We think this constant low-grade anxiety is just what it means to be an adult, to be responsible, to be a good person. But it's not. It's a slow suffocation, one polite smile, one reluctant yes at a time. And we are the ones holding our own breath, waiting for permission to finally exhale. Think about these expectations not as direct commands, but as invisible agreements. They are silent contracts we never consciously signed, yet we spend our days and our energy upholding their terms. Nobody sat you down with a pen and paper and made you agree to be the reliable one in your family, the one who always fixes things. Nobody forced you to sign a document stating you would be the low-maintenance friend who never asks for anything. Yet, here you are, playing these roles perfectly. It's a habit of connection. We fall into these patterns because it's easier than creating new ones. It's like walking on a path that's already been worn into the grass by countless people before you. The path that says you must get a secure job, buy a house, get married, and have kids in that exact order. Is it the most scenic route? Does it lead somewhere your heart actually wants to go? We rarely stop to ask. We just keep walking because leaving the path feels terrifying. Every time you say yes when you mean no, you're paving that path a little deeper. Every time you swallow your own desires to keep the peace, you're reinforcing the terms of that silent contract. It's not malicious. The people in your life aren't villains plotting to control you. They are simply used to you walking that path, playing that role. They have built their own comfort around your predictability. The connection works because the agreement is being honored day in and day out. And here is the great, baffling paradox of it all. These chains that feel like they're made of solid steel, these expectations that feel as heavy as a mountain, what are they actually made of? They are made of nothing more than thought. They are constructed from belief. They are powered entirely by your continued consent. An expectation from someone else only has power over you the moment you agree that it's more important than your own inner knowing. It's like being in a prison cell where the bars are just beams of light. They look solid. They feel impassable. But if you were to reach out, your hand would pass right through them. The only thing keeping you inside is your belief that the bars are real. So why do we stay? Why do we honor these invisible agreements that are slowly draining the life out of us? Why do we keep these chains locked when the key has been in our own hand the entire time? We do it because we mistake obligation for love. We think that meeting our parents' expectations is how we show them we love them. We think that conforming to our friends' ideas of who we are is what it means to be loyal. We confuse the familiar ache of confinement with the feeling of security. Stepping off the well-worn path is scary. It means disappointing people. It means navigating uncertainty. And so we choose the predictable suffocation over the terrifying, wide-open space of freedom. The architecture of our reality is built on these shared beliefs. It's a web of connections held together by what we all agree to be true. But here's the secret. You don't have to agree. You don't have to participate in a version of reality that is crushing you. You don't need to stage a dramatic rebellion or burn bridges. You just have to quietly, internally, withdraw your consent. You have to stop lending your energy to the agreements that no longer serve your spirit. This isn't about blaming others for their expectations. It's about taking responsibility for your own signature on those invisible contracts. It's about recognizing that you are the source of the power that gives these expectations their weight. The moment you realize this, the entire structure begins to change. The bars of light start to flicker. The heavy chains begin to feel a little lighter. This is the first step, the simple, profound recognition that the cage door has been open all along. You just have to decide to walk through it. We believe that to be free, we have to change the world around us. We have to convince other people to stop expecting things from us. We try to argue, to explain, to justify our need for space. But this is like trying to convince the prison guard to let you go without realizing you are your own guard. The change doesn't happen on the outside. It's not a negotiation with anyone else. It's a shift that happens deep within you. It is the moment you decide that your own internal compass is more important than the maps everyone else has handed you. It's the decision to value your own peace over the approval of others. Think about it. When you're trying to make a decision, how many voices are in your head? Your mother's, your father's, your best friends, your bosses, a chorus of old teachers and past partners. And somewhere, buried underneath all that noise, is a tiny, quiet voice that is your own. Freedom is learning how to turn down the volume on all the other voices so you can finally hear yourself. It's not about ignoring them or disrespecting them. It's about recognizing them as outside suggestions, not internal commands. It's understanding that their advice comes from their map of the world, not yours. Their path is not your path. And the moment you truly grasp this, not just as an idea, but as a felt reality in your body, is the moment your liberation begins. It is the quietest revolution that will ever happen, and it happens entirely inside of you. By the way, our shared space of light and awareness is on its way to 100,000 people. Thank you to everyone who subscribes and brings this moment closer. So how do you actually do it? How do you withdraw your consent from these silent agreements? It is not a fight. It is not a loud declaration of independence. You don't need to send a formal memo to your family and friends announcing your new terms and conditions. The act of liberation is quiet, internal, and happens one small choice at a time. It begins the next time you feel that familiar pressure, that internal clenching when asked to do something that betrays your own energy. In that moment, instead of automatically saying yes, you pause. You just breathe, and you listen. You listen for that quiet voice inside you, the one that's been drowned out for years. What is it saying? Maybe it's a gentle no. Maybe it's a not right now. Maybe it's, I need to think about it. Your only job is to honor that voice. You might say, let me get back to you on that, instead of committing immediately. You might choose to go for a walk alone instead of joining the group for drinks, without offering a long, guilt-ridden excuse. It's a small act of turning away from the external noise and turning towards your internal signal. Think of yourself as a compass. For years, you've allowed other people's magnets to pull your needle in every direction. Withdrawing consent is the simple act of removing those other magnets, one by one, so your own needle can finally point to your true north. It is not aggressive. It is not selfish. It is the most honest and loving thing you can do for yourself and ultimately for everyone else. And here's what's interesting about the way everything is set up. When you start to make these quiet internal shifts, reality itself begins to rearrange around you. This isn't magic. It's just the mechanics of connection. Your energy is like a broadcast, and for years, you've been broadcasting a specific signal. I will put your needs before my own. I will play the role you expect of me. People whose receivers were tuned to that signal naturally gathered around you. The friend who needs a constant listener, the family member who needs a reliable problem solver. They were connected to that broadcast. When you change the broadcast, when you start transmitting a new signal that says, "My truth is my guide," the connections have to adjust. Some people will feel the shift and, without any drama, simply drift away. Their needs are no longer being met by your new broadcast, and the connection naturally dissolves. It's not personal, it's physics. A radio tuned to a classical station can't hear a rock station. Other people, the ones who are connected to your essence and not just your role, will adjust. They may be confused at first. There might be some friction as the old patterns try to reassert themselves. But if the connection is real, they will learn to relate to the new you, the authentic you. And most importantly, new people will start to appear in your life. People who are tuned to your new, honest signal. You'll find that conversations become easier, that you don't have to pretend, that you are seen for who you actually are, not for the part you were playing. Reality is not punishing you or rewarding you. It is simply responding perfectly and impersonally to the information you are sending out. This leads us to a completely new understanding of what freedom even is. We tend to think of freedom as a destination, a future state where we have no obligations, no responsibilities, and no one expecting anything from us. We dream of escaping to an island, but that's not freedom. That's just emptiness. True freedom is not the absence of expectations. You will live your entire life surrounded by the expectations of others. That will never go away. Freedom is the ability to stand in the middle of all of them. The pull of your family, the demands of your job, the pressures of society, and not lose your center. It is the ability to feel all of those forces, to acknowledge them, and then to calmly and deliberately choose the direction that is pointed to by your own internal compass. It's the difference between being a kite, whipped around by every gust of wind, and being a mountain, which feels the wind but is not moved by it. Freedom is an internal state of being. It's the space you cultivate between an external request and your internal response. Before, that space didn't exist. An expectation came in, and an automatic, pre-programmed compliance went out. The work is to create a pause, a moment of sacred silence where you can ask yourself, what is true for me right now? In that pause, you are completely free. What you do next, the yes or the no, becomes an act of creation, not an act of obligation. This isn't a one-time fix. It is a practice. It is a moment-by-moment commitment to your own truth. There will be days you fall back into old patterns. You'll say yes when you mean no, and you'll feel that familiar feeling of being suffocated by your own choices. That's okay. There is no judgment here. You simply notice it, and in the very next moment, you are given a new opportunity to choose differently. This is how you reclaim your life, not with a revolution, but with 1,000 tiny, quiet acts of self-loyalty. You are not breaking free from other people. You are breaking free from the outdated agreements you made a long time ago. You are stepping out of the role you were assigned and into the person you actually are. The world doesn't need another person playing a part they think they're supposed to play. The world needs you in your unfiltered truth, because your truth is your unique signal. And when you broadcast it, you give others permission to do the same. You become a living example that it's possible to be both connected to others and true to yourself. That obligation and love are not the same thing, and that the heaviest chains are the ones we have the power to dissolve with a single, honest breath. You are the architect of your own experience, and the blueprint you follow is the quiet, unwavering knowing in your own heart. If this video changed something in you, write in the comments, "My truth is my compass." Write it as your promise. Nobody